Hi, my name is Richard with Richard K Photography. Today I wanted to talk about some aftermarket speed flashes. Many of you have been using the YN562, the YN432. So I wanted to give it a shot and go with another Speedlite just to try out some other aftermarket flashes. So I picked up the JY620. This one is made by Viltrox. Not sure if you can see that, but I'll put that in the description for you. Now overall, the construction on this is really well, feels really good. It's pretty equivalent to the YN560s as far as build quality. Now overall, the biggest difference is I do see just size in general. You know, that was a major difference that I saw in the two automatically. Now the YN562 does have the capability of zooming, you know, from 24 millimeters and up, whereas the JY620 doesn't. Now as far as outbursts, I was doing some test shots on this just to kind of play around to see how much, you know, I was getting at like a 1.1 and a 1.8, and it did put out quite a bit of light. I was really pleased with it. Power up cycling seemed really well. It does say it's a 3-second, you know, cycle time. This does have, what I like about it, it does have the locking clip on the bottom to attach to your camera versus the YN560 that has the dial tightener. And then this has the flip switch for your power. It does have the light. Different modes, it's the multi or the manual mode. And then you have your just your basic modeling strobe. And then you've got your slave. Channel 1 and channel 2 is what they give you, you know, if you're running multiple things that's compatible. And then obviously you can set, you know, by holding down the set button, you can plus and minus, going up 1, 2, you know, with a +3, +7, and then a 1, 1, and then you can go backwards at a, you know, 0.07 or negative 0.07 and a decrease. So overall, I did like it. It does have the external power along with your slave flash cord cable. But overall, it does do the 180 all the way around, and then the 90 for those of you that like to bounce light. Now both are aftermarket, obviously, and they don't communicate with most brand cameras. They don't have the TTL or the ETL that many of the photographers that are just starting out with Speedlite like to have, because it's that automatic setting and communication. So when you're using something like this with the aftermarket, you're going to have to play around and kind of understand not only when you're shooting in manual mode, but you also have to now learn, you know, how much outburst you need as far as your light, as far as your flash, and what settings you need to be. Should you be at a 1.1? Should you be at a, you know, 1.64? So it takes a little bit of practice, and those who have done photography for a while really understand Speedlite and the abilities that it can do for you. So I mean, overall, what I've noticed, they're both really good flashes. I haven't tested this out on a shoot yet, and I will post those results in another video talking about the results. And I haven't fired it off of a wireless triggering system yet to get the response. But like I said, the cycle time, they do say it's 3 seconds. Now again, this is a JY620. It does run on 4 AA batteries, which is standard for most of these flashing systems. Again, it comes in just a box, nothing special. And then you get the flash in a nice little soft bag. You get a warranty card, a manual, and then obviously you get your hot shoe stand. So overall, like I said, I was really pleased with the flash quality build. I like I said, I did a couple test shots and at a 1.1, and it did put out quite a bit of light. And I'll probably correspond that with the YN560 and kind of do the same things and kind of see the light burst and see which one's putting out more power, or if they're actually equivalent. But again, this one, the downsides to this one that I see is that it doesn't have the capability of doing the zoom, you know, again, from 24 millimeters and up. Other than that, I mean, that's the only downside I see to it, honestly. The pros to this, again, I like is that it is smaller, quite a bit smaller. So it does, you know, it does feel a little bit lighter. So those of you who are running on full frame cameras, this is pretty nice. And the fact that this is a little smaller can sometimes be a little bit easier when you're doing any kind of Speedlite softboxes and whatnot. Again, I do like the locking clip. I feel it's a lot more secure, and it just feels a lot better. Button qualities, you don't have any really plasticky feel to these buttons, so they feel like they're really well built. And again, you do have the wide angle, they call it the wide angle diffuser. So again, this is the Speedlite JY620, made by Viltrox, and I'll put all that in the description for you guys. If you guys have any questions about the flash, they run about $50 and up on eBay. But if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave comments. Please subscribe and check out my Facebook, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks.